Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone is having a great Sunday morning that tunes in live for this one. And if you're watching this later, well, then I hope you had a great Sunday morning. But anyway, I first wanted to thank Paul J. Lipsky for sending me this t-shirt. For those of you guys that don't know Paul has a dropshipping channel as well, and a course called the Dropshipping Titans. So thanks again, Paul, for the shirt. I was glad it wasn't a prank this time. And for those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about for that, Paul did prank me by sending me a teddy bear that would not stop singing. This was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I guess, maybe a little longer. And yeah, so this time when I got the package and it said Dropship Tyler on there, I knew it was from Paul, but I wasn't sure what it would be. And it turns out it was this t-shirt. So now I just want to get into it and talk about my manual dropshipping store that I'm doing. That is the series that I'm doing. That's the series that I'm doing on Mondays, which is the starting an eBay dropshipping business with a $0 investment. And basically, I had my best day that I've had so far yesterday, and I wanted to get on the live. And I wanted to talk about that. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. And then I might be able to answer some questions at the end. But yeah, let me just show you guys the pictures. I want to be able to share my screen. Let's see if I can do that here. Maybe I can't share my screen. There should be a way for me to share my screen. But if not, then I'll just tell you about it. Sorry, guys. Sometimes my lives, they get a little sloppy because I get so, I get so excited to go on. I don't set up everything beforehand. But yeah, so it's weird. I can't share my screen on this, but I can usually share my screen when I am on other people's lives. So anyway, I'll just tell you guys about how many sales I did yesterday and how you guys can, do this same thing too if you want to start an eBay store with a $0 investment. So yesterday I did $336 in sales, and that was with 15 active items. So my best day before that was 177, 175, I believe. And on that $336, I made a little over $25 profit. And most all of that was front-end profit. So that's money that, I'm able to use and spend right now, not back-end cashback. 2%, is back-end cashback. And I do use Mr. Rebates, and there is a link in the description below. But I also started doing something different yesterday. So I used to use this site to buy discounted gift cards, and I would get 6% off of my Walmart purchases. And because I stopped using Walmart as a source, I stopped using this gift card site. And I've always preached that it's not very scalable to use discounted gift cards in bulk. Like if you're doing hundreds of sales a day, then you're not going to be able to find somebody or a website that's going to be able to supply you for those gift cards, more than likely. It's also going to be very hard to keep track of all the gift card numbers, especially when most of the gift cards are like $30 to $50. If a return happens on a $200 item, now you got to go and you got to, find the gift cards that were, and if you have a good system, then you're fine. But you got to find the gift cards that the return was done to, and then you have to, use those gift cards again. So the money doesn't get credited back to like the account like it does with Amazon. For Home Depot, Walmart, all the other stores, and Lowe's sends you a store credit. But for Home Depot and Walmart, they actually put the money back on the gift card that you used. So things like Paribus become a pain, where Paribus finds price drops. And then, the money gets credited back on the account or on the credit card or gift card. So if there's a price drop, now you have to go and you have to just go constantly check your gift cards and figure out which ones have a balance on them still. So it can be a little time consuming to manage gift cards. But when you're small and you're trying to pull, a big margin on the front end, so you're not doing that many sales a day, maybe, you just started and you need a way to boost your profit so that you can scale up bigger, and then eventually have a plan to maybe limit the amount of gift cards you use. Or if you have a really good system where you can have virtual assistants that come in and, check the gift cards on a daily basis, that's going to be imperative if you decide to go that route. So yeah, so I used discounted gift cards yesterday, and all in all, because of the discounted gift cards, I saved. I haven't fulfilled all the orders from yesterday, but all in all, let me see. So that's the 20 orders from the 21st. Sorry, I'm trying to find just the orders from the 22nd here. I made about $10 just from, like I said, I haven't filled all the orders, so I'm guessing on 3 of them. But I made, I would say, around $10, $11 on just those discounted gift cards. So it actually helps, a lot, because that's not even that many sales. So imagine if you had, 50 sales or $1,000 in sales, you're saving a decent amount of money. But there is a link in the description for that site I use. I'm not sure if it's only US people that can use it, but I mean, they usually, for the most part, have a good stock of Walmart gift cards. But again, it's mainly $30 to $50 gift cards. So once you're bigger, you're going to want to have a game plan on how you're going to approach using those gift cards. But when you're first starting off, it should be fine. So that definitely helped with the profit from yesterday. I also had an item that I found that I sniped from somebody, and that item sold 4 times yesterday. So that was huge. That was the price at Walmart was $39.98, I believe, and I sold it for around like a little under $50. And then obviously with the gift cards and all that. So that was my best seller yesterday for sure. That accounted for more than half of my total sales, just that one item. And what's crazy is that item was listed 24 hours, or that item sold that many times within 24 hours of it actually being listed. And I did something different this time when I sniped the item. I didn't just snipe like the title, which is what a lot of people, teach. I actually copied the entire listing, except for the description was the same as Walmart. The bullet points were the same as Walmart. I didn't copy his template or anything like that he uses. So what I mean by the entire listing is, if you list something, you can add things to the description or you can add let me just see what the exact terminology is that I'm trying to say, because I don't want to get people confused here. But when you go to, might be like attributes or something. Okay, so it's your item specifics. Yeah, so when basically they give you things like, brand, model, color, whatever, when you go to list, and those are like very basic. But this person had added a bunch of their own item specifics. So I decided that I would just, whatever item specifics they added, I would also add to my store. And and I'm not sure also, and I also copied, they had a unique UPC code. So it was actually one that they were trying to keep out of the eBay catalog or get it. And I can talk more about that in another video, but they had a unique UPC code and a unique NPN. And I actually copied both of those and put those in my listings as well, so that my item would show up with their item, because I know that they probably wanted to use a unique UPC so that they could keep their item away from other people's items that were similar. But because they were priced at $59 and I priced mine at $49, because of that, I wanted to make sure mine was showing up with theirs. And this is a Dog-Eat-Dog business. So For those of you guys that probably think that's unethical, I will say he probably has that same person looking by judging at their store or by judging their store. They've probably done the same thing to people in the past. It's, you know, eBay business is brutal because it's so easy to list a product from somebody else's store that it's just going to happen. And it's just part of being in the business. Like, I know for a fact that, like, there's no way that somebody already hasn't even sniped my 15 item store. Like, it's just, that's the way it is, you know? Another thing that I started doing is using promoted listings. And for those of you guys that don't know, promoted listings on older accounts is actually broken right now. And it's not actually working. I think some days it works. I don't know because I don't use it on my older accounts. Some days it might work, but most of the time the promoted listings do not work. So on newer accounts, there's a huge advantage there to be able to do like a 1%, 1.5% promoted listing, and it actually show up in the sponsored listings section. So before, when you were doing sponsored listings and things were showing up in you know, the products similar, and it was, or sponsored products that are similar or whatever, some part of the product page on eBay, you would see the same item over and over and over and over again. And I think that probably honestly annoyed eBay, that like, if you're just showing too many products to the buyer, I guess, too many of the same products to the buyer. So maybe that's one of the reasons that they wanted to limit dropshippers from using promoted listings. I mean, that would make sense to me. So yeah, if you have an aged dropshipping account, more than likely your promoted listings aren't working. But if you have a new account, then your promoted listings are going to work. So you should take advantage of that. And maybe if you have a manual store, your promoted listings will still work. So it's interesting because I still have 2 stores that I, you know, go hard on with Sale Freaks. And then I have this manual store that's doing really well. It's brand new. I'm not sure if it's doing very well because it's brand new or it's because it's, you know, a manual store. So that's where I'm trying to see over the long run here, whether or not the store, like the promoted listings, that it's going to be broken on this store eventually too. So we'll see. I do use United States for my location. I don't use like a specific zip code or anything like that. And a lot of people speculate, or I don't use multiple locations either. But I would. I mean, I don't see. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know if what people are saying is true about eBay actually looking at where the item is coming from and judging whether you're a dropshipper or not based on, you know, like the fact that you have multiple locations or the fact you have United States. Or if you say, you know, it's coming from Charlotte, for example, and then it gets shipped out from Kentucky or wherever. I'm not sure if that's what's going to flag you as a dropshipper or if it's going to be the software that you use on your account. Either way, being flagged is not the end of the world. I want to stress that. You still can make good money by being a flagged dropshipper if you just do the correct things. It's just going to be harder for you to, you know, grow, but you still can. You just have to do the right things, like I just said. And I can't reiterate that enough. But if you're just starting off and you want to do a manual store with a $0 investment, I mean, then that's the route to go for sure. I also am telling people nowadays that you can do a Sale Freaks account and do, you know, Amazon dropshipping, because those accounts, for the first 2 months, I've seen some students do absolutely ridiculous numbers if they're new to dropshipping, like numbers that are worth it for you to just get in and start listing and selling products, and, you know, it will be worth your time for sure. And then also at the same time, though, creating a manual store and building that up. So you're having that software store and the manual store at the same time going, and you never know how eBay is actually going to go in the long run, whether or not they're going to like revert back to, you know, not flagging dropshippers and, you know, giving everyone an equal chance to sell and all of that. So for that, that's the reason that I'm kind of, you know, keeping my stores going full speed, that, and they're still making me money. And then B, the reason that I'm going to be not only, I guess I started this manual store just so I could show people you could start with $0. But now I'm actually more taking it because I've already proven that now. I mean, I'm close to $300 in profit from the $0 investment. So now my strategy with that store and showing you guys is more, all right, how does this store progress? And at what point is eBay actually going to flag me as a dropshipper, or will they ever? Is my promoted listings going to stop working? Any of that. So yeah, that's the gist of what I wanted to say. So let's see who we've got here in the comments. And I see we have 30 people. That's not bad for a Sunday morning live at 8 o'clock. So, or 8:30, I guess. So let's see who we got here. Cool shirt. Good morning. Thank you. Yeah, Paul J. Lipsky gave me the shirt for those of you guys that didn't hear that. Yorkie says, hi, Tyler. It's Nancy. Hey, Nancy. How you doing? I just got a new computer. I hope I can do this with no money because I got that. Nice. What do you sell? I'm still trying, but I have no sales. I made the changes, but no sales. Jolene, if I told you, so I did a video yesterday on 5 mistakes that are, 5 mistakes that are common for beginners. And basically she sent me her store name. Or that wasn't the title. The title was I reviewed a viewer's store, and these are 5 tips for her or something. I'll put a link in the video. But yeah, so you're not going to make sales just because you changed a couple things overnight. Like, you got to give it time, and you got to list more products, like I told you to do. So yeah, I don't think there's any reason for me to go review your store again right now. I want to give it a few days or maybe a couple weeks and see how things go, and then go from there. That's the big thing in this business. You got to stay patient. If you're not staying patient, you're not going to make it. Like, that's just straight up. You can't stress about the little things. You just have to keep moving forward. And Angela Hall says, Jolene, keep on listing. Agreed. Bossy Bear, no sales in the last 24 hours. What about me? No sales in the last 2 months. No sales in the last 2 months? Okay, I want to see your store. If you want to show me your store, I'll review your store. Send me a message on Instagram. It's at DropshipTyler. I will do a review of your store and see what's going on there. All right. So then he's talking about how he's from Morocco. eBay doesn't like dropshippers outside the USA. I could see that. I mean, I could see why eBay wouldn't like dropshippers outside the USA. It's just maybe they're worried more because, I'm not saying you're a scammer, all right? But I'm saying that a lot of the people that scam eBay do come from outside of the US because it's easier. There's no prosecution that can happen to them or anything like that. All right, so here we go. I'm trying to find some actually, relevant questions here. John Laba asked, how many accounts do you have? 2. I have 2 that are connected with Sale Freaks and 1 that is a manual store. I used to have 4 at one point. So Bossy Bear says, maybe I should mix dropshipping and selling what I have in my house and my store. Maybe. Simo Chuao says, my sales is so low. Yeah, my sales on my 2 main stores are low. So, yeah. What would be a good SCR percentage? So, for those of you guys that don't know, SCR is sales conversion rate, and the two main metrics on Sale Freaks that are important are your APO and your SCR. So if you're going for a high APO, which is an average profit per order, you're obviously going to get less sales, but you're going to get a higher profit per order. So if you're going for a very low or break-even APO, then I would say anywhere from 20 to 30% would be probably closer to 25 to 30% would be a good SCR if you're just using cashback and you're slightly above break-even for that. If you have, I've seen people with, you know, $3 to $4 APO that is like a 6 to 7% SCR, which is a very low SCR. That means for every 100 items they have listed, they're selling 6 a month if they have a 6% SCR. So yeah, that's a very low SCR, but you know, the APO is making up for that. So Amir says, what is your strategy to find profitable products? So for me, since right now for my manual store, since I'm mainly wanted to talk about that in this video, my strategy is to find other dropshippers and snipe them. I also look at Walmart bestsellers, and so I look at the Walmart bestsellers and I list those with an optimized title, and I do it at a 1.25 markup. And then I lower the price when I need to based on that. But looking at other dropshippers is a great way to do it. I found some dropshippers. There's the one guy I sniped that I sold the 4 products in the last day on. That guy had like 300 items and was selling 80 a day. It was absolutely insane. So he's obviously a good one to go through and snipe his listings. But yeah, you can find lots of stores like that, to be honest, lots of small stores. The way that you can find those on eBay, and I've showed this in the past, is you can go to, and I wonder if I have a video actually on product research for it. But yeah, basically you can go to eBay, type in Mainstays, which is a Walmart brand. And from there, you'll find, you know, all the Walmart dropshippers or all the people dropshipping from Walmart. And then off of that, use products that they're selling, and you know, like if they're optimizing titles, and yeah, I try to find people that are only optimizing titles. Find people that are optimizing titles and smaller stores. So under 1,000 items when it comes to this manual dropshipping. Under 1,000 items, copy that title, put it into the search, find everybody who's sniping that person, because I guarantee you that if, you know, someone's doing well on eBay, they're on a bunch of people's lists to be sniped. So you can use one seller's store to find a lot of other sellers and build your sellers list really quickly, because you'll find people who are sniping people, and then you can just go snipe the sniped listings. And then, you know, therefore, and also like what's good too is once you find those people that are sniping people on a daily basis, you can actually, as soon as they list a product, go in and just list everything they listed for that day. And you know that those listings are probably sniped from somewhere else, and they've probably done product research already on it for you. So you're taking someone else's hard work, yes, but you know, that's part of the game. There's nothing wrong with it. So do you use Jungle Scout when finding items to dropship on eBay? No, I do not. Can I use autos for Home Depot and Sale Freaks for Amazon? Yes, you can. What's up, Martin from Thrift Store Gold? How's it going? I recognize that name from the Rakin' Profit Show. Glad to have you on here, man. Glad you found your way onto the channel. And David DiAgostino, I don't know if I said hey to you yet, but I did see your comment about the early live stream. But yeah. Is eBay still suspending accounts on same details? I mean, same name, surname, phone, etc. I don't have my accounts aren't suspended, and this account's not suspended yet. It's been over 45 days that I've been selling on it, but I've been keeping the store small. Sniped snipers. Yes, Jen. Yes. Glad I saw this was live, for sure. I go live randomly all the time. And if you guys haven't noticed lately, I've been making less of, I used to do a lot of like edited videos, and I would talk about like pretty much the same things. I would cut out all of this noise and nonsense that I say in between the important things. And I used to do edited videos. I really like going live now and answering questions at the end of the videos after I say what I want to say at the beginning. So yeah, you guys, if you don't catch me live, just watch the replays. I do go live every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. though. A lot of times I'll have another dropshipper on there, or someone that I'm interviewing, or just a really, you know, a more well thought out topic that I want to talk about. So Do you know any successful dropshippers on eBay France? No, I do not. I only talk to people who are dropshipping on eBay US and eBay UK. Okay, first of all, Gerard, this is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to eBay dropshipping, so sorry to call you out on this. He says, I've been snipping, but most of my items are down in the search. It's called sniping. All right, it's not called snipping. So from now on, if you say the word snipping, I'm gonna ignore you because I just see it way too much in all of the forums, and it's such a pet peeve of mine. What's up, Ben? Glad to have you in here, man. Yeah, Martin, hit that bell. All you guys that are in here now, I mean, it seems like you probably got the notification, but make sure you turn that notification bell on when you're subscribed to the channel. And I'd appreciate it, guys. We got 42 people in here. I'm only going to be on here for another few minutes. I was trying to limit this to 30 minutes this morning, but I would really appreciate, because I am doing an update tomorrow on the manual store, and I'll talk more about it. I'll do an edited video for that one. I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyone who's in here, if I've answered a question, if I've said hey to you, just please click the like button. All right, thanks, guys. All right, David. Yeah, see you. If you're leaving, hope you have a great Christmas. Also, too much good info to not hit the bell. Correct, and that like button. Yes, David. I feel you on that. He says I'm trying to think of good questions to ask, but my brain is mush. That's why you gotta have this coffee in the morning. Because honestly, yeah, it was too early for me to do a live, but I did it anyway. Simo says, hi, Tyler. Can I give you my store name to check it for me, please, and give me some advices to get some sales? Yes, send me a message on Instagram. It's at DropshipTyler, and I will look at your store. Would it be a good idea to start a month of dropshipping with no software? Honestly, yes, because you're going to learn a lot and you're going to have a lot of control over your store. Some items might go out of stock, things like that. But basically, sorry, this question distracted me. But basically, you'll learn a lot and it won't cost you any money because you're doing it for free. You're not using any software, anything like that. So yeah, it would be good to start a month without software. And then, like I said, you can have a store that's manual and you can have a store that's using sale freaks. And that would be probably the best mix of the two right now. For that manual store, I would do like Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot, any big box retailer besides like Best Buy or Target, really. I sort of like Costco and Sam's Club might have issues with dropshippers. Maybe not Sam's Club so much, but definitely Costco. But you get what I'm saying. If you're doing Amazon to eBay, use the software. And I talked about that in my last video or 2 videos ago, where I basically said that the prices change so much on Amazon because each individual seller has control of their own prices, where you need a repricing software if you're listing a lot of items from Amazon, especially ones that don't have a lot of reviews. But if you're manually dropshipping from like Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's, those prices are pretty set. I mean, yes, they go up and down based on clearances and rollbacks and, things like that. But for the most part, as long as you're not listing too many clearance items, which I don't recommend doing if you're dropshipping from Walmart, I wouldn't list based on the clearance price. And you can do manual dropshipping with a repricer software, and I will talk about that, but that's for another. And the software is in the description below. But if you're doing that, if you're using the software and learning how to do that and uploading the price changes through the file exchange, it may be more okay for you to list those types of items. But for now, stay away from clearance if you're just listing and not doing any type of repricing at all. When do you know that it's the right time to start hiring VAs? I would say when you start feeling overwhelmed with what you're currently doing and you know what you're doing, but you just don't really have the time or the motivation to do the tedious things on a daily basis. So that's when I would hire a VA. Like, you know what you're doing, but you just can't get the motivation to actually do it yourself because it's boring, whatever. Hire a VA then, in my opinion. Yes, Sale Freaks will allow you to not use products, but open box products. So like new and all that. So what is the softwares for really, and why do you need them? So Martin, the software is basically, there's repricers, there's tracking uploads, there's auto ordering software, there's product research software. Then there's like all-in-one software, which Sale Freaks is an all-in-one software where it does everything you need it to do. But right now, the only source is Amazon. So that is why you would need software if you want to scale your store to an insane level, like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 items. That's when you would want. Well, you would have to have software in order to do that, pretty much, or just a massive VA team. So. Where can I get one of those shirts? So Paul actually was the one that had these shirts. I'll have to ask Paul if he has a link to be able to still order one. But he sent me one, and I saw that he sent Rake and Profit ones. So don't. Oh, Ben said, Tyler, have you figured out the eBay algorithm? I heard some people have, and they are making a killing. So no, I haven't figured out the eBay algorithm, but I have figured out that manual dropshipping is insane in terms of the number of sales you get for how many listings you have. The one issue I see is just, how fast are you going to be able to put up listings? How well are you going to be able to deal with out of stocks, things like that. So you want to make sure that you have a good game plan to get ahead of everything that's involved with the manual dropshipping. But honestly, I've only been doing it for 45 days, right? The manual store. So I'll have more information for you guys and share more information with you guys as the store progresses. So like I said, at first, it was really more to show people that you can start with a $0 investment and make money from eBay. But now it's more of, all right, how big can we get this thing? Because I'm going to take this seriously. I think this store could be actually like a good income source for me. Before, I thought I was just going to get rid of it after I was done with the series and not deal with it anymore. But now I'm thinking differently. So we'll talk about that. I heard to reset your account helps on sales. So I wonder what you mean by reset your account. If you're talking about taking away all the APIs and everything like that are attached, or all the softwares that use the API that are attached, yeah, I'm not sure about that. But how do eBay dropshippers deal with income taxes? Same with any business. I mean, it's your profit minus your expenses equal your net profit. So yeah, I mean, you just pay income taxes on that. I mean, you can obviously do things to make your business more tax efficient, like being an LLC or being incorporated, whatever. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, people just report their profit to their CPA, does it for them. They just give them all the information. The CPA does the taxes. And I highly recommend that if you're doing a lot of sales, you should definitely hire a CPA to do it. I do my own bookkeeping, but I just give my books to my CPA at the end of the year, and then he files everything for me. Gumrush says, I'm concerned I won't be able to make use of Sale Freaks until my store is marginally successful. Is there a beginner equivalent if I want to invest in this? I mean, just start off manual and then work your way into doing that. So when you're doing manual, you got to make sure that you have a spreadsheet with the link to the product, the eBay item ID. Actually, that's probably enough. The eBay item ID and the link to the actual product that you're sourcing it from. And that will help you later on if you want to integrate with software, because most softwares just require, the source link and then the eBay ID, and then it can automatically go into the repricer will automatically recognize it based on just those two things. So Paul Grimmer asked, Tyler, how much is your course? It's $97 right now. Yeah, I don't know if I put a link in the description for that or not for this. The course is about how to use Sale Freaks and make money doing that. So the course is not about manual dropshipping, but the course is good for people who would like to use Sale Freaks, which I recommend, and want to have that Amazon to eBay store and then also do a manual store on the side. All right, so it's been over 30 minutes. There's 50 people in here. I'd appreciate it if we could get to at least 25 likes before I get off. I will do a video soon on the most important, and make sure you catch this video. It's the most important things to become a professional dropshipper that you need to do. So I'll talk about those things. I'm probably going to do that video on Tuesday, since tomorrow is my manual eBay dropshipping store update. So I'll update you guys on my exact profit, any customer service issues I had, anything like that. You guys should check out that video tomorrow. So appreciate you guys watching. If you're not subscribed, not sure how you found this live, but please go ahead and subscribe. And well, actually, for the people that watch this later, please subscribe, because everyone in here, I'm sure, is already subscribed. But yeah. And it's just last minute comments here. Let's see while we wait to get to 25. All right. So there's no real questions left. So I'm just going to go ahead and get off. I got to 20 likes, better than nothing. Appreciate you guys showing up as always. And if I don't do another live before Christmas, since tomorrow is probably going to be my edited video for the manual dropshipping update. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. And if not, then happy holidays. Thanks all.